Usually when I turn up to Gatwick Airport to pick somebody up, no hassles. Get to the airport, I'm here. They come outside to the arranged meeting point, get in the car and off we drive. No problem. I much prefer it to the normal taxi driving. Well, there was a cab driver up there the other night, a few days back in fact, had the shock of his life. Everybody, welcome back to the channel. Hope you're well. Let me know in the comments. Good to see you all again. Thank you ever so much for the support. I made a little boo-boo in the introduction saying a few days ago. The actual news of this came out a few days ago, but it was a little while before that. Gatwick Airport, like any airport, have their own licensed taxi service, which is actually branded to that airport. Gatwick have their own, Heathrow have their own, Stansted have their own, and so on and so on and so on. When I go in as a private hire driver from another area, I have to go in a certain place, and you have the Gatwick cars lined up on a particular deck up the top. All high-end stuff, Mercedes, very nice flash cars. Anyway, this guy goes up one day and he wants to get in a cab, obviously wants to go home. He got refused. Said, no, you're not getting in my cab. No way. Anyway, this guy didn't like this very much, so he decided to nick a cab and take one himself. What actually happened, this Mercedes, and there's some pictures and video footage in the link below, you can see it, was left unattended. The driver had walked away from it and left the keys in the ignition. Quite why anyone in their right mind would do that, I do not know. The guy in question then got in the cab, drove off with it. Eventually the police made after him. He got on the M23, on the M25 and around onto the M4 and heading up north. His eventual destination was a cul-de-sac in Warsaw. That's where my mother comes from. Very strange, isn't it? Well, he was eventually apprehended, and he was doing speeds in excess of 130 miles an hour, swerving in and out of roadworks and all sorts of things. Somebody could have been killed, him or other people. He ended up in court. Do you know he was spared jail? He didn't go to prison for what he did. I mean, he not only put himself at risk, he stole a car, he put the law enforcement personnel at risk that were trying to apprehend him, not to mention any other innocent road user all over the place, and he was spared jail. Disqualified from driving for 18 months, and I think a community service order and everything as well. How was it allowed to happen? You know, all right, sounds like I'm having a moan anyway, but why would that cab driver leave the keys in the ignition in the first place? And no jail time. What kind of deterrent is that? Because he'll get his licence back in 18 months. He could do it again if he's pre-proposed to it, or he'll do it anyway. Licence be damned. Sling him in jail. That's what I say. What's going on with law enforcement and the justice system in this country? Have a read. Let me know what you think. I'm off. I'll see you shortly with one more. Toodaloo.